Don't forget that you can slow down the speed, turn on English caption, or use the automatic translation subtitle function to view in your desired language.
First thing first, let's talk about vocabulary. Prohibited explosives. Dedicated expedited screening. Terminals. Designated arrival areas. Carousel. Departure boards. Proceed to your gate promptly. Takeoff. Landing. Pre-boarding. Ticket counter. Rebooking. Disembarking. Misplaced. Retrieve belongings. Lost and found. Ground transportation. Designated pickup points. Overflow parking lot. Tray table. Stowed. Overhead bin or overhead compartment. Storing or retrieving. Turbulence. Lavatories. Cabin service. Cabin crew. Captain. Co-pilot. Crew. Flight attendant.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention for passengers on flight LH123 to Frankfurt. Your boarding gate is now open. Please proceed to gate C8 for boarding.
Attention all passengers on flight UA456 to New York. Your boarding gate is now open. Kindly make your way to gate B12 for boarding.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention for passengers on flight Square 789 to Singapore. Your boarding gate is now open. Please head to gate D5 for boarding.
Attention all passengers on flight AF567 to Paris. Your boarding gate is now open. Please proceed to gate S7 for boarding.
Ladies and gentlemen, the baggage from flight AA123 has arrived at Carousel 4. Please proceed to the baggage claim area to collect your luggage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the baggage from flight DL456 can now be claimed at Carousel 3. Kindly proceed to the baggage claim area to collect your luggage.
Attention all passengers on flight EK789. The baggage has been unloaded and can be picked up at Carousel 6. Please proceed to the baggage claim area to collect your luggage.
Passengers on flight LH567, your baggage can now be retrieved from Carousel 2. Kindly proceed to the baggage claim area to collect your luggage.
Attention! Due to inclement weather conditions, flight LH123 to Frankfurt has been delayed. Please check the departure boards or contact your airline for updated information.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to a technical issue, flight UA456 to New York has been delayed. Please check the departure boards or contact your airline for updated information.
Ladies and gentlemen, flight Square 789 to Singapore has been delayed due to air traffic congestion. Please check the departure boards or contact your airline for updated information.
Attention, due to an unexpected crew scheduling change, flight AF567 to Paris has been delayed. Please check the departure boards or contact your airline for updated information.
Attention! There has been a gate change for flight LH123 to Frankfurt. The new gate is B12. Please proceed to the new gate for boarding.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be informed that there has been a gate change for flight UA456 to New York. The new gate is D8. Kindly proceed to the new gate for boarding.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to unforeseen circumstances, there has been a gate change for flight Square 789 to Singapore. The new gate is C17. Please make your way to the new gate for boarding.
Attention, there has been a last-minute gate change for flight AF567 to Paris. The new gate is A22. Please check the departure boards or contact airline staff for further instructions.
Attention, this is the final boarding call for flight LH123 to Frankfurt. Please proceed to your gate immediately as the aircraft is about to depart.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for flight UA 456 to New York. All passengers should be on board and ready for departure.
Hello everyone, this is the final boarding call for flight square 789 to Singapore. Please proceed to your gate promptly as the boarding process is about to close.
Attention, this is the final boarding call for flight AF 567 to Paris. All remaining passengers, please make your way to the gate as the aircraft is preparing for takeoff.
Attention, if you have misplaced any personal items at the airport, kindly proceed to the Lost and Found office located in the arrivals hall to retrieve your belongings.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have lost any belongings during your travels, please make your way to the Lost and Found office situated near the baggage claim area for assistance.
Hello everyone, if you have misplaced any items at the airport, please report to the Lost and Found office at Terminal 3, near the information desk, to inquire about your belongings.
Attention, if you have left any personal belongings behind at the airport, please proceed to the Lost and Found office on the lower level of the terminal to reclaim your items.
For passengers in need of ground transportation, taxis, rental cars, and shuttle services are conveniently located outside the arrivals area. Please proceed to the designated pickup points for your desired mode of transportation.
Attention all passengers in need of ground transportation, you can find taxis, rental cars, and shuttle services just outside the arrivals area. Please make your way to the designated pickup points for a convenient and seamless transfer.
Attention all passengers, if you require ground transportation, taxis, rental cars, and shuttle services are readily available outside the arrivals area. Kindly proceed to the designated pickup points to arrange for your preferred mode of transportation.
Attention, for passengers needing ground transportation, taxis, rental cars, and shuttle services can be found outside the arrivals area. Please follow the signs to the designated pickup points for a smooth and efficient transfer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to announce that pre-boarding is now open for passengers with special needs, families with young children, and those requiring additional assistance on flight LH123 to Frankfurt. Please proceed to the boarding gate at your earliest convenience. Regular boarding will commence in 30 minutes.
Attention all passengers, we are now inviting passengers in need of pre-boarding, including those with special needs, families with infants or young children, and passengers requiring extra assistance for flight UA 456 to New York. Please make your way to the boarding gate at your earliest convenience. Regular boarding will begin in 45 minutes.
Hello everyone, as part of our pre-boarding process, we are now welcoming passengers who require special assistance, families with young children, and those with specific needs on flight square 789 to Singapore. Please proceed to the boarding gate at your earliest convenience. Regular boarding will commence in 20 minutes.
Attention, we are pleased to announce that pre-boarding has commenced for passengers with special requirements, families with young children, and those needing extra assistance on flight AF 567 to Paris. Please proceed to the boarding gate for priority boarding. Regular boarding will start in 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding gate for flight XYZ 456 to London is now closed. If you have not yet boarded, please proceed to the airline's ticket counter for rebooking or further assistance.
Attention all passengers on flight DEF 789 to Tokyo, the gate is now closed. If you have not yet boarded, please proceed to the airline's ticket counter for rebooking or any necessary assistance.
Hello everyone, the boarding gate for flight GHI 567 to Sydney is now closed. If you have not yet boarded, please proceed to the airline's ticket counter for rebooking or additional assistance.
Attention, the gate for flight MNO 345 to Dubai is now closed. If you have not yet boarded, please proceed to the airline's ticket counter for rebooking or further assistance.
Just a friendly reminder, all passengers on this flight must adhere to the airline's carry-on baggage restrictions. Please ensure that your bags meet the size and weight requirements. Any oversized or prohibited items will need to be checked in. Thank you for your cooperation.
Attention all passengers, a quick reminder that the airline's carry-on baggage restrictions must be followed. Please check your bags to ensure they comply with the size and weight limits. Any oversized or prohibited items will need to be checked in. We appreciate your cooperation.
Attention all passengers, kindly be reminded that the airline has specific carry-on baggage restrictions in place. Please ensure that your bags meet the size and weight limits. Any oversized or prohibited items will need to be checked in. Thank you for your cooperation.
As we prepare for boarding, we would like to remind all passengers of the airline's carry-on baggage restrictions. Please check your bags to ensure they comply with the size and weight limits. Any oversized or prohibited items will need to be checked in. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated.
Greetings, passengers. On behalf of American Airlines, I am delighted to welcome you on board Flight 789 to Tokyo, Japan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of American Airlines, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you on board Flight 168 bound for Paris, France.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of American Airlines, it is my honor to welcome you aboard Flight 456 to Sydney, Australia.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard ABC Airlines Flight AB123 from New York to London. Our flight will take approximately 6 hours and 30 minutes. In order to ensure the normal operation of aircraft navigation and communication systems, mobile phones and other electronic devices, including laptop computers, are not allowed to be used during takeoff and landing. We will be taking off shortly, so please be seated, fasten your seat belt, make sure your seat back is upright, your tray table is closed, and your carry-on items are securely stowed in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. This is a non-smoking flight, and smoking is prohibited on board. We hope you enjoyed the flight. Thank you.
Dear passengers, according to federal regulations, all carry-on items must be stowed prior to closing the aircraft door. You may place your items in an overhead compartment or completely under the seat in front of you. Please exercise caution when storing or retrieving items from the overhead compartment and feel free to ask for assistance if needed. To expedite the boarding process, we kindly request that you be seated as quickly as possible after stowing your carry-on items. Take a moment to review the safety instructions card in your seat pocket for important information. For passengers seated in an exit row, please note that you may be required to assist the crew in case of an evacuation. If you are unable or unwilling to perform the functions described on the card, please inform a crew member and we will be happy to reseat you. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. For your safety, please remain seated and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened at this time. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign as we are currently experiencing turbulence. For your safety, please return to your seats immediately and ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing turbulence. For your safety, please return to your seats and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. The lavatories are temporarily closed, and we kindly ask that you hold the handles tightly when using them. Due to the turbulence, cabin service will be temporarily suspended. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off by the captain. However, for your safety, we kindly ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated on this American Airlines flight. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you are now free to move around the cabin. However, we highly recommend keeping your seatbelt fastened while seated for your safety. In just a few moments, we will be serving a meal along with tea, coffee, and other beverages. Please feel free to make your choice from the available options. Kindly lower your tray table in front of you for the meal service. To ensure the comfort of the passenger behind you, please return your seat back to the upright position during the meal service. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have commenced our descent into Paris, France. As we prepare for landing, we kindly request that you turn off and stow all portable electronic devices until we have arrived at the gate. In preparation for our landing in Paris, please ensure that your seat back is in the upright position and your seat belt is securely fastened. Kindly stow your carry-on items and tray table, and pass any remaining service items or unwanted reading materials to the cabin crew. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paris aboard American Airlines. The local time is currently 20:15. For your safety and the safety of those around you, we kindly request that you remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and keep the aisles clear until we have reached the gate and come to a complete stop. Once we have parked at the gate, the captain will turn off the fasten seatbelt sign, indicating that it is safe to stand. Please exercise caution when opening the overhead compartments and retrieving your belongings, as items may have shifted during the flight. On behalf of American Airlines and our entire crew, we would like to express our gratitude for choosing to travel with us on this journey. We look forward to welcoming you on board again in the near future. Wishing you a pleasant journey. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We anticipate our arrival at London Heathrow Airport in approximately 40 minutes. The estimated time of arrival will be 18:15 local time. The current time is 17:35, and the ground temperature is 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened at this time. I would like to express my gratitude for choosing to fly with us, and I sincerely hope you have enjoyed your flight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at LAX International Airport. For your safety and comfort, we kindly ask that you remain seated and keep your mobile phones powered off until the aircraft has come to a complete stop. Please ensure you take all your belongings with you when disembarking. Your checked baggage can be claimed in the terminal building. Thank you for choosing to fly with us, and we look forward to welcoming you on board again in the near future. Have a wonderful day.
Attention all passengers, please be aware that the TSA security checkpoint is now open. All passengers are required to pass through the security checkpoint before boarding their flights. Thank you for your cooperation. Reminder to all passengers, please be aware that certain items are prohibited by the TSA from being carried on board. This includes firearms, explosives, liquids in containers larger than 3.4 ounces, and other dangerous items. Please review the TSA website or contact a TSA agent for more information. Attention TSA pre-check passengers. The dedicated TSA pre-check lane is now open for expedited screening. If you have a TSA pre-check membership, please proceed to the designated lane for faster security screening. Security alert. The TSA has raised the security level to insert color or level. Please be vigilant and report any suspicious activity or unattended baggage immediately to airport personnel or a TSA agent. Thank you for helping to keep our airport safe. Attention all passengers, please have your travel documents, such as your passport or boarding pass, ready for inspection by TSA agents. Make sure your documents are valid and match your identification. Thank you for your cooperation. Please be advised that all carry-on items are subject to inspection. Please ensure that you do not pack any prohibited items, including liquids, gels, and sharp objects, in your carry-on baggage. For your safety, please do not leave your luggage unattended at any time. Any unattended luggage may be subject to inspection and removal. Attention all passengers and airport personnel. This is a security announcement. Please remain calm and follow all instructions from airport staff or security personnel. Do not leave your belongings unattended, and report any suspicious activity or unattended items immediately. International travelers, please have your passports and customs declaration forms ready for inspection. Passengers with connecting flights, please follow the signs for connecting flights and proceed to the appropriate gate. Parking announcement. Long-term parking at the airport is currently full. Please use the overflow parking lot located off-site and use the shuttle service to the terminals. Short-term and valet parking options are still available.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.